I just arrived.
Hello, hello, hello!
It's just going crazy. Like, this was set up for a atelier that we did, like a workshop. So today I'm back in the studio. I haven't been here for almost 2 weeks. I would say like 12 days because I just had like an insane flu that really just knocked me out. I just arrived, I biked here, I'm a little bit winded. I'm trying to not like go too crazy, but I do want to kind of get back into the swing of things, at least gently. I'm gonna here's my plan for the day. I'm gonna like get the studio in working order. Oh, I need to get ready for a show that's happening in June. And is this a bad angle? I just don't even know. I don't think so. I don't have bad angles. I'm gonna get things in working order. Maybe make myself some tea. First things first though, these are my studio shoes.
What are those?
And
they are my crop.
if you're a hater, I feel bad for you because I'm just out here comfortable. This is the before. It's, you know, it's chaotic. But let's get it. Let's get it. Something about cleaning my dishes, like I just washed all these. It just feels like everything else is so much easier. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also making tea. I mean, she's cute. She's just messy. Honestly, same. So, okay. I got it back in working order. You know, it's just one of those things, like, when your space is, like, feeling disorganized, it's crazy, but now it's so much better. And, yeah, so basically, common table back in the common area. This is Sid's side, my co-worker, roommate. So I don't touch her stuff, obviously. But, like, my little corner is back. And it just feels so much better. This is really just how it needs to be. This painting that I'm working on, I like had to do a little bit of organizing over here, but that just feels so much better. And yeah, so much better, right? I'm gonna sit and I think I'm gonna do some planning for what I'm gonna try and accomplish today and just over the next, you know, what's coming up. I have like I said, I have the show coming up in June, end of June, but like it's beginning of May, June. Mama, I have less than 2 months. So yeah, I need to prepare things, and I have a variety of ways that I do that. That is part of my process. I spilled tea. So I've got my notebooks here. My outfit. My battery died yesterday. But we're back again. Oh, let me finish what I was trying to say. So I have multiple notebooks for different purposes. So I have my journal, that's like my feelings, my dreams, my vulnerabilities. That's private. Then I have my sketchbook, in which I sketch my ideas. Ooh. Then I have my other notebook here. This little guy is where I write down, like when I'm doing an application, I write down all of the things that I need for my application. Sorry, I'm trying to find a good example. Or I'll use it for like more administrative. Yesterday, yeah, I finished setting up the space. It looks so much better. It feels good to like walk in and my space is like ready for me. it is still chaotic to some people, but that's the beauty of it. It's my space, so for me it's good. I have some things coming up. Then I have an open studio on June 1st, and then the biggest thing is at the end of June I have an exhibition. It is a group exhibition, but I have literally all my plans for it right here and up here too. I be making lists, y'all. And then I also over here, so I added some things up in here, like I have to send a package, I have to take the photos that I was mentioning, I have to work on the exhibition plans because I'm actually organizing it with my friend. Yeah, and then like some other items, but I don't know how, like, I'm a chaotic queen, but I also have my organization methods. What's happening here? I need to at least try to be organized, and that helps me be organized. Is this giving or is this giving? Work behind me is like works in progress. Over here, ooh, on this wall I have, like, you know, more completed works mixed with some of Sid's, my roommates, and some of these, like this one, I still need to take a picture of it and put it on my website. I guess I'm procrastinating at this point. Sometimes procrastination is a really important part of the process because it helps me identify my priorities, if that makes sense. I think that I'm gonna start with working on an armature for a piece that I already have sketched out. So let's get to doing that. With this. Oh God. Which is a sculpture that that's been on my mind to make for probably 2 or 3 years, and that just happens sometimes. That's part of my process. Sometimes things are really slow, sometimes things are really quick. It just, whatever, it depends. Here's my sketch. Girl, you are blown out. Can you see? There you go. And that's based on a sketch from, oh my God, can you see? Okay, I'm still learning the camera settings, so be patient with me. But essentially I have this sketch, and it's from Modèle Vivant, like life drawing that I did, that I always, not always, but I usually do that in my sketchbook. I don't know, girl, I don't know. That's my sketch, and I'm gonna build my armature off of this sketch. So I have my basic measurements as 26 because this sculpture, I want it to be in the same universe as this one. Bam! Sad Baby. And Sad Baby's torso is about like 25 to 30 centimeters. So that's the plan, Stan. And the other sculptures in this series are like with similar proportions, so I kind of want to, that's my starting point essentially. I'm looking first, I'm going to start with the middle of the body, and I'm doing that because that is the center of the sculpture. It's the part that is anchoring it to the ground, and I just want that to be built really well. And also, once I have that proportioned right, like the measurements right, the rest, the legs and the arms and head are gonna be are gonna fit the proportions. I have my bag of like collected boxes and whatever stuff. I've actually made this before. I don't know if I have a picture of it, a couple of years ago, and then I wasn't able to complete it before I switched studios, and then the armature got busted, so I have to start from scratch. But I still really want to make this sculpture, so I'm gonna get going on that, and then I'll come back to you when I got something to show you, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just jumping in here to show you a little bit like the process of how I'm gonna do things. And I know that I want the torso to be 26-ish long, so I'm just placing it here. She looks like a hot mess right now, but you just gotta kind of trust that you'll be able to kind of pull it together. Okay, buddies, I'm going handheld because sometimes this tripod, I'm just like, you're not doing it. I'm doing it. So anyways, I've come to this point. Like I said, I have my ruler here. I've got like just the basic setup. So this is, I don't know if you can tell, this is the boobs and like torso up until like here. And it's quite flat, right? So I need to create this bit here and this bit here so that it has a nice curve and so that it's not flat. Another problem that I'm having is that these boobs, as much as I tried to make them the same size, this one needs to come out a little bit more, but that's something that I can kind of construct with just more paper. Okay, here we go. If you can see, here we have the armature, the torso, right? So it's kind of at a stage where like I can see it, but I don't know if anyone else can see it. But essentially, remember, this is the picture that we're working from. So you have, you know, the breasticles here, the torso, and it comes back up for the booty. This little section I cut out right here. You know what I'm saying? So we have this. Again, it's like, can anyone else see that but me? Maybe not, but you just gotta trust. And then I put like a little bit of this. I think eventually it would be good to kind of also, since this is hollow, just put more paper here to make sure that that's even, and so that when I put you know, add the paper mache, it stays onto the form and not like into the part that I don't want it to be in. I'm gonna get some lunch and come back and work on this. We're back. Just, oh sorry, oh my god, I'm about to make some more tea. Look at what we got today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there she is. Look at her. It's like 2:30. I think I'm gonna work for a couple more hours and then I am going to a vernissage of a friend. A vernissage is like a show opening. She's having an exhibition and tonight is the vernissage. So I'm gonna try and make some more progress on my little this. Hold on, ADD moment. Look at this motherfucking plant. Look at this amiga. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sitting here having my tea and I realized that this is actually like not the exact expression or pose that I want. So I changed it a little bit to be like, I don't know if you can see that. It's just a rough sketch, but basically like instead of having the two arms, like the two hands like cupping the face, it will be like, oh girl, one hand like propping up the head and the other like doing some kind of drawing. Well, that's like the opposite side. For me, it's an important step because it helps me like visualize where everything is going. I'm probably going to pose myself in this way and take pictures from like different angles so that I can see how parts need to be. Because right now with this, like these are, it's like all even. You know what I mean? Because this originally is like both sides of the body are doing the same thing, and now one is gonna be up and the other one is gonna be like slightly lower because it'll be drawing in front. So now I need to take a couple more photos. All right, so I just did a little bit of the posing and picture taking to figure out the placement of each arm and you know how the back would move and everything. And the advantage of taking pictures of myself not only obviously I'm like readily available, I'm here, but also I literally move my body that way so that when I'm making the armature, which like I said is like the foundation of the sculpture, like I know how it needs to move, you know. So here's what I've got so far. 2 things in here that will act to hold up this part, and you can kind of tell like one is just so ever so slightly taller than this one, and that's because it's like one hand is here and the other hand is here, and I don't know if you can tell, but like this side is like the tiniest bit lower. If you were to have a bird's eye view, which I just don't have the tripod set up for that, but like this point of this elbow versus this one, like this one is more forward than this one. So that kind of like is super helpful, and I really recommend that if you're trying to make sculpture that is like either of human bodies or humanoid or whatever, like really study the body and how it moves, because I think that it's not always obvious. Also, I've been really enjoying Beyonce's new country album and her cover of Jolene. Whoever's coming for Jay-Z, you better stop. You better stop. I'm gonna keep working on this for a little bit and then see where I go. I think this is gonna be the arm. Sometimes, like, obviously this is like I'm doing it, you're just watching, but even for me doing it, it's like I just gotta trust that it'll come together. I still have a little while, so I'm just gonna keep going until I have to go to my friend's thing. Oh my god, my hair is really not doing it. I'm doing it. All right, so here we have, this is the same you know, back that we've been working with, and then we have this front. I think it's becoming more clear. The idea is that if these are the 2 elbows, like from the top, this should be slightly more this way than this, which is a little bit wobbly because obviously it's not fixed yet. And similarly, like this shoulder is slightly, like so subtly lower. And yeah, I'm like happy with how that's looking so far. So I'm just continuing here with constructing this armature, and I think I'm really like happy with it. I'm gonna show you. Oh my god. I'm gonna show you what I've done. All right, so here is her. Here is her. And I think you can really tell from the underside the kind of twist of the body, and I think that that's like exactly where I want it to be. I started kind of covering it up. You can still see the bottle on one side, and then yeah, so it's looking really good. I'm quite happy with it. There's little things that I think that I'll be able to change more when I do the first layer of paper mache. I think I will have to cut that, which is annoying because that's kind of like the densest part of the plastic, but I think it's just too, well, maybe I can do it. Maybe I don't need to cut it. No, maybe I won't. Well, what I really wish is that I could cut it right here, but that's like impossible, so I think I have to cut this whole thing off. That looks good, girl. Look at that. Oh, 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 ow. I mean, it just looks good. Like, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? And I think, like, you know, if I ever want to add more volume, I can. It's easier to add than it is to take away. It's always possible to take away, cut away. It's just harder to do that once you start building with paper mache. So I really try and get it as accurate as I can. I'm gonna end it here. in this video. I'll be back with updates about this sculpture and just my work in general, and if you liked it, all the things, you know what I'm saying, do all the things, please. And oh my god, I'm just so excited for her to keep coming to life, and that's something that is so beautiful about it, because it's like coming from random materials. Oh my god, I'm fucking tired.